It's called motor neuron disease. Life expectancy is 2 years.
I want us to be together for as long as we've got.
It'll affect everything.
You don't realize what lies ahead. This is going to be a very heavy defeat.
Stephen Hawking has this incredible life, so why choose to focus on Jane Hawking's memoir and this period?
It gave us such an interesting perspective, given that Stephen has a public life and a public kind of reputation. He's an iconic figure in popular culture and a kind of hybrid between man and robot, and with an amazing mind that's not shackled the way his body is. But this perspective was one that I found just really intriguing from Anthony's screenplay. The Heart is a love story, but a love story with a great many unusual obstacles in the way, physical obstacles and emotional obstacles. And so that felt like a really interesting perspective to deal with a scientific career that's quite well known and a disability that's quite well known. And the tensions in the film are in those three elements, you know, the love story, the career, and the illness, each sort of impacting the other.
How are you?
I'm okay.
So, this black hole at the beginning of time. Brilliant.
This is such an amazing role, and it's an incredibly daunting character, I think, both physically and mentally. So how do you prepare for a role like this?
It was a great privilege. He and his family are the most extraordinary group of people, and so I sort of went about it by meeting him and meeting his family, meeting motor neuron patients, people suffering from the illness, to try and depict this sort of savage illness authentically, and then reading a lot of science books and trying to get my head around that, which was, I'm not sure, entirely successful.
The only way he will survive will be to give him a tracheotomy. He will never speak again.
Yes, he will.
Director James Marsh comes from this documentary background. Do you think that was an advantage or a disadvantage to him when he's coming to this fictional biographical story of these people?
Always an advantage, yeah. It's, James's documentaries are just brilliant. He is someone who's very good at understanding character, and that's what I love about the film, is the detail. You know, all the way through there are little moments that you see, and just being so good with every character. I feel, from Harry Lloyd, who I think is superb, who plays Stephen Hawking's friend early on, you feel a sense of who that person is, and there's only a short screen time, which I think is because of James's skills.
My name is Stephen Hawking.
It's American.
Is that a problem?
And I'm assuming, like most films, you don't shoot this in chronological order. So how does that play into your performance and getting into whatever his mindset would be at that point in his life?
Yeah, that was that was the most difficult side of it, was particularly with the physicality. When you make films, you can't shoot chronologically. So on the first day of filming, I remember we started in the morning. I was playing Stephen when he was young and healthy, and then at lunchtime with 2 walking sticks, and then in the evening in his second wheelchair, and that jumping around was perhaps, I suppose, probably the biggest challenge for me. But it meant that I just had to do a lot more prep and be kind of more organised, I suppose, than I would be now.
There should be no boundary to human endeavor. However bad life may seem, while there is life, there is hope.
Thank you.